question. What is the purpose of life? What is the purpose of your life? Why are you here? Why do you exist at all? Why do you get up in the morning? Why do you have a life? Why are you on the earth? Is it simply to be born, to grow up, to work, to reproduce, to die? Or is there something else? In my estimation, there is something else, something far more important. In this session, I want to talk to you about my discoveries and my thoughts about what the true purpose of life is. The true purpose of life, in my estimation, is to find a mission. Some of the wisest men and women of this century and of previous centuries have looked at this whole idea of why a human being is put on this earth, and they've come to the conclusion that we are put on this earth to fulfill our potential by finding our true mission in life. Emmett Fox calls this your heart's desire. What is your heart's desire? Your heart's desire is something that is placed deep down inside you, maybe even before you're born, and it's something that calls to you and sings to you and lures you on throughout your life. And the reason that we say that only 1 or 2 or 5 out of 100 people fulfill their potential in any given generation is because most people ignore the callings of this heart's desire. They push it aside, they ignore it, they pretend it isn't there. They get involved in bills and families and business and careers, and this tugs at them. Sometimes they don't get into it until later on in life, but every single person has the ability to establish for themselves a mission. So then let's look at the men and women who have affected mankind in the most positive and profound way throughout all of history. In our civilization, in our culture, the most powerful person was Jesus of Nazareth, a humble carpenter who preached for 3 years in Galilee and then died in Jerusalem, but has had more of an impact on more people in this world than any other man who ever lived, than all the other kings and all the other monarchs and dictators of history. One simple man who never wrote a word, never appeared on television, never cut a record, was the man who has had more influence than anyone else. And beyond Jesus, there was Buddha. The followers of Buddha, and interestingly enough, Buddha taught a very similar message to Jesus. He taught the message of universal love. He taught the message of the brotherhood of all mankind, that all of us are united in loving each other. And also Muhammad. And Muhammad has followers that number in the hundreds of millions. Buddha's followers number almost 1 billion. The followers of Jesus number probably 2 billion. And if you look down the people who have been affected by them, you have St. Francis of Assisi, has had a profound influence establishing the Franciscan order. You have, in our day, you have Mother Teresa of Calcutta having a profound influence. You have my mentor, Albert Schweitzer of Africa. S is Schweitzer, D-B-I-T, Schweitzer, and you have people like Florence Nightingale and others. What is the unifying theme of these people? A man named Ralph Waldo Trine wrote a wonderful book many years ago called What the Whole World's A-Seekin', what the whole world is looking for. And his conclusion, very wisely, that what the whole world is looking for, what you and I are looking for, is some mission that we can lose ourselves in, that somehow enriches and ennobles and benefits the lives of other people. In fact, we have found that we only become great to the degree to which you are able to lose yourself in something bigger and grander and better than yourself. That's why selfish people, for instance, people who think only of themselves, are only to be pitied because they never have any joy or happiness or fulfillment. Now, Mother Teresa or Albert Schweitzer, some of these people, maybe they never made very much money, but the contribution that they made, the model that they set, the example that they set for us, has affected more people than perhaps all the people who made money throughout all of history. It's only when you find a mission in which you can lose yourself that you achieve true greatness in life. From the time we began this seminar to now, we have been aiming it at this one simple conclusion, that the purpose of life, your purpose, your earthly purpose, is simply this. It is to develop and become a totally loving person. It is to look at the great models of mankind, and you'll find that the great models of mankind, the ones who have had an impact far beyond their times, Jesus and Buddha and Mohammed and the teachers and scholars of all the religions, have been those who have strived toward becoming totally loving toward other people. They have given their entire lives in service, and service is the word. How can you tell if you're a loving person? You can tell by the value and the quality and the quantity of the service that you give to others, unselfishly from your heart with no hope of reward. Now, by becoming totally loving persons, there's a very simple measure. We develop loving relationships. That's why we talk about how important it is with regard to our marriages. There are many people who want to go out in the world and develop loving relationships, but they haven't yet developed those beautiful loving relationships at home with their spouses and with their children, with their close friends. So developing loving relationships is the highest order of human life. How can you tell? Because at any single time in your life, if you want to take stock of your assets, if you want to take stock of your accomplishments, your most precious resources, you will find that they will always be caught up in the people that you love and have loved, and the people who love you and who have loved you. That when you look back over the landscape of your life as an adult or as an older person, you'll look back and you'll find that you won't remember the money that you made or the careers that you built or the jobs that you have. What you'll remember is the people you loved and the people who loved you and the people who still do. So developing a high quality and quantity of loving relationships is the great business of life. The people like Jesus and Buddha and Mohammed and St. Francis and others of this day and previous days are men and women who committed their lives to serving others, and they did it because they had this tremendous love to give away to mankind. Now, how do you become a totally loving person? It's not that complicated. It's not easy, but it is simple. Number one is accept yourself unconditionally. Accept yourself as a valuable and worthwhile human being. Don't be the type of person who doesn't feel that they're good enough. Just accept yourself unconditionally. Recognize that you were put here on this earth for a specific purpose, a valuable purpose, that God doesn't make anybody extra, and God don't make no junk, that there is nobody on this earth that is here for no reason. Everybody has a purpose, and your purpose is to find your purpose. Your purpose is to find your mission, a place where you can make a significant contribution. The second part of becoming a totally loving person is to accept total responsibility for everything that you are and everything that you become. Accept total responsibility, which means no blaming, no excuses. Just get on with it. Number three is learn to forgive. Again, the key to the kingdom of heaven is forgiveness. The key to the kingdom of heaven, the key to all spiritual development, the straight gate is forgiveness. The ability to freely forgive other people. No grudges. No anger. No frustration. No grudges. Just let go of all grievances against you. That's why it says in the Lord's Prayer, it says, and forgive us our sins as we forgive those who have sinned against us. Number four is feed your mind with loving thoughts. Feed your mind with loving, positive thoughts. Don't feed your mind with mental candy. Don't feed your mind with mental junk. Feed your mind with the kind of thoughts that are consistent with you becoming the very best person that you can possibly be. Number five is set noble goals and work toward them. Set noble goals and ideals to be the guiding lights of your life. Noble ideals and values. Say to yourself, are these the values, are these the goals, are these the ideals of the very best person that you could possibly be? Number six is take good care of your body. Take good care of your body. Remember, the body is the temple of the soul. Take good care of your body. Put into it good food. Give it good exercise. Give it good rest. Give it good nutrition. Take good care of your body. And number seven, practice the golden rule. Practice the golden rule in that practice kindness, patience, tolerance more than anything else. Tolerance of the diversity and difference of other people toward others. Love, understanding, compassion. Remember, everybody in the world is carrying a heavy load. Now, as you practice these principles, you will start to become a more and more loving person. As you practice these principles, you will find yourself drawn, almost inevitably, almost inexorably, you'll find yourself drawn toward your mission. You'll find yourself drawn toward the area of service. Now, believe me, one of the best areas of service in the whole world is the business world, because our free enterprise system is based on serving other human beings. But you can serve other people in any profession, in any capacity. You'll have an opportunity to give and to increase the quality and quantity of your service to others, to enhance and enrich and uplift the lives of other people. Remember, you're put on this earth to do something for other people. The measure of how well you're doing as a human being is very simply this, is that you only have love to the degree to which you express love to others. You only have love to the degree to which you express love to others. In other words, you do not have love in isolation of other human beings. You cannot say, I am a loving person, without having loving relationships as the proof, if you like. You can only have love to the degree to which you feel love for other persons. So the more you express love to other people, and that's why we are given families, and that's why we are given intimate relationships, and that's why children are sent to us to teach us to develop our breadth and depth and capacity for love in such a way that we could never learn otherwise. So we express love to others, and then once you develop love for yourself by accepting yourself unconditionally, practice giving your love away. Practice giving your love away. You see, an interesting thing about love is that love only grows by sharing. That love only grows by sharing. You cannot have any more love than you have right at this moment in your life, except to the degree to which you give it away to other people. So love only grows by sharing. Now, the wonderful thing is that the more you give away, the more you have. The more you give love away, the more you have. So the more you give, the more you have to give. The less you give, the less you have to give. This is where the law, the more you give, the more you have. You can never give it away. This is where the law of sowing and reaping comes in more than anything else. The law of compensation, in that if you give just a little bit of love away, just a little bit, it's enough. Because that alone will cause a flow to start coming back to you. If you give a little bit more, more will come back to you until you get onto the upward spiral of life. Now, many years ago, I met a beautiful grandmother who had come up in a home where her parents had taught her to be kind and compassionate and loving to others. And when her parents died, she went back and met with her other brothers and sisters to divide up their possessions. And there's only one thing that she wanted. She'd married a very rich industrialist. The only one thing she wanted was a little plaque that hung over the fireplace of that loving home all the time she was growing up. And on the plaque was a little quatrain or a little verse, and when she told it to me, I wrote it down, and I'll share it with you. And it said this, it said, "Only one life that soon is past. Only what's done with love will last. Only one life that soon is past. Only what's done with love will last." Now, if you understand that, you realize if you look back over your life, you'll find that only the things that you did with love have lasted. Only the things that were done with love have had any lasting value. And if you use that as your guiding, organizing principle in life, that only what's done with love will last, you will start to move and evolve more surely toward the stars. The opposite of love is fear. The opposite of fear is love. If fear is the great obstacle that holds us back from fulfilling our potential, love is the great doorway that kicks open all the possibilities of the universe for us. And if you will practice this, first of all, learn to love and accept yourself unconditionally. You are valuable. You are a valuable and worthwhile human being. No matter what happens, you are still a valuable and worthwhile human being. Love yourself unconditionally. Accept full responsibility for your life. Freely forgive others. Look for the best. Take care of yourself. Work on goals that are worthy of you. Set a mission that is challenging for you, and practice giving your love away to others, and you will develop more surely toward the stars. I wish you luck. I wish you success. I wish you love. Thank you very much.